Welcome to Subramani. If you are in your 30s or 40s and you have parents in their 60s, it is time to start talking about their parents' finances and saying what they are going to do, because you have no clue whether they are able to manage it themselves or whether they need help. Mostly help is needed only in the 70s or maybe even in the 80s. I know people in their 80s managing their own money without help from their children, and their children actually go and ask the parents what to do. So all kinds of possibilities exist, but talking to your aging parents about finances, first of all, it can be very difficult. Second, you should be talking about estate planning. You should be talking about insurance. You should be talking about medical requirements and money required for meeting their medical expenses. All three are very touchy topics. So first, when you talk of estate planning, they are going to say, oh, you think I'm going to die, right? So first could be a very negative reaction like that. So you know your parents, you know how they will react. Based on that, you should be talking. In fact, one thing I found very useful is to say, Dad, there is a talk on estate planning and making a will in our office. So I and your daughter-in-law are going to attend that meeting, and they have kept a few slots for parents who want to come or children who want to come. So somebody who is in his 60s or maybe 58, 59 and has a 28-year-old son or daughter who want to attend, there is some space available. Since my children are today not here or not attending, whatever reason, there are some slots available. Would you like to attend? Because it's easier for you to go and tell the lawyer or whoever is making the presentation to talk about the importance of getting your names and getting your estate papers in place. Right. So, and as parents grow older, they may find it harder to do things that they've always been doing, like managing their day-to-day finances or simple thing. I mean, very simple thing you can do is shift your mother or father from a postpaid monthly payment to a prepaid phone. Right, so every month, whether it has got debited, whether more has got debited, it used to be 340, why is it 470 now? You have none of those problems. You just sign one single check or charge it on your credit card for 3,000 rupees and your annual charges are taken care of. Then it is only the monthly electricity bill and society charges which have to be paid, which can be, of course, everything can be automated, right? So you can do all this, but society charges may not be able to automate because every month the figure may vary or every quarter the figure may vary. So something like this, they may have to do it themselves, or you could help set up a bank mandate by which you could do it, right? So having conversation with parents about small day-to-day things without intruding, without thinking that you're managing their finances is first of all a very, very useful thing to do. Dad, how do you pay your electricity bill, and can I set it up for you? And you know, this kind of thing. Here you are seeing as a supporter, not as an advisor, because it's very difficult for parents to accept that their kid is now going to be their advisor. It's very difficult. So don't try doing that, because it might hurt egos. But you can always be a support. You say, Dad, all these, can I just set up a bank mandate, right? If you want to do a more full discussion, right, a holistic discussion of what they're doing and etc., plan ahead so that everybody is ready for it, right? You could tell your dad, I'm coming home for Holi, I'm coming home for Diwali or something, and all of us are coming, the siblings and wives, etc. So could we set up a talk so that this is what I do, Dad, for a profession, can we do this? Or say, look, I learned a lot of things from you, but I've also found that some things can be done better. You keep your money in bank fixed deposits and earn interest. On that, you're paying too much of tax. I remember telling you this, but now I've changed my mind. You're right, because now the limit is 12 lakhs. Right? So changes in investment rules, changes in taxation, etc. It's easy to discuss all those things with your parents, and therefore also bring up making a will, etc. But plan ahead. So your brother, sister, everybody is there. So you're not seen as a guy wanting to usurp the family property, and therefore you're doing that kind of a thing. Because a lot of people have that as an inhibition. Now you must do this. You have no choice. Because I see people coming to me with a bunch of shares like this and saying, oh, my father used to manage it. I didn't know he hadn't dematted it. Or some stuff like that. And they're not willing to throw it away also. Because I tell them, look, if it's worth 5 lakhs, somebody is going to charge you 2.5, 3 lakhs for processing it, right? So 25%, 50% is what people charge because the portfolio of 5 lakhs is too small. Are you willing to pay that? And then when they translate that 2.5 lakhs to dollar terms, they suddenly say, no, it's not even worth it. So they just go away. They have to dump the shares. Don't do this. Let it not get wasted so badly. So plan ahead so everybody knows what is to be done. One day decide to eat out, or say we are going to cook and you are not going to cook. So create a good environment. Do it in your parents' house. It's a place where they are very comfortable. Sit around the dining table. You've just finished lunch, or you've just finished breakfast. Choose a calm and stress-free time and environment. Maybe your parents are now not too tired. Maybe 6 o'clock in the evening they're too tired and they'd sleep and they'd get irritated. So don't do this. Do it on a reasonably filled up stomach. So the time between breakfast and lunch, make sure that your parents are not distracted by anything else, like somebody should attend the door, somebody should attend the phone, switch off your phones and do this talk. So a comfortable, stress-free time and stress-free conversation can happen only in a nice environment. Perfectly possible that you go for a vacation and you sit in the vacation room and talk about it, because there, even if you want tea, you're just going to call up and say, do chai bhej do, right? Or char chai bhej do. You don't have any work, because mothers have a uncanny ability to live in the kitchen. So talk about their goals, their hopes, their desires, what they want to do, what they can do, what they can't do, right? So those kind of things. And I've always encouraged parents to say that whenever you're giving money to your grandchildren, give money for their education. They'll remember it for the rest of their life. Maybe you're giving 10 lakhs for their education, which costs 10 lakhs, or maybe you're giving 2 crores for their education in Ivy League and it costing them 2.5, and they are willing to put the remaining 50 lakhs or scholarship or whatever. But make sure that you start giving also. But again, talking about their goals, hopes, desires, all that is important. And this advice is for parents. No point in giving all your money to your kids when you die at the age of 92, because if your son is 72, he's not going to be able to use it much at that stage, right? So keep giving during your lifetime if you have a surplus. Tell them that they are going to be in control of their finances and you're here only as a support and not as an advisor. Like, parents can't accept that their son or daughter is going to teach them how to manage money. No, you're just going to tell them that, look, you taught me many of these things, but some of the things have changed because of changes in taxation and investments, right? And be honest and sincere in your approach. So whether it is your neighbors that you're talking with, your friends' parents that you're talking with, or your own kaka, mama, chacha, baba, anybody you're talking with, or your own parents, be sincere in what you're telling them. Don't give them anything false advice. Don't give them, but sometimes you may have to hide some things from them. That's fine. Should you put their money in mid and small cap? Maybe not, but you've already put in. Now the prices are low. Should you withdraw? Maybe no. Maybe you wait for the cycle to change, right? So some of these things, where to invest, etc. If there is some conflict in your head, make sure that you delete that while having this discussion. Always frame the discussion saying 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now. Let them say, oh, I will not live that long. You never know how long they live. And all this discussion is very important, especially if you're a single child. And if your mother says, no, I don't know, you or your dad can handle. Now imagine a situation that your dad is no more and you are no more. Where does your mother go? Does she know anything at all? So there is no reason for a woman not to know anything, even if she's in her 70s or 80s. But if you got 2, 3 multiple children, and if one child dies, sounds very morbid, there is somebody else to take care of. And I know people where there is no second person to take care of. If the child dies, they are really in trouble. Right? So make sure that you're talking enough into the future. Explain to them it's about their security, their well-being, making sure that they don't get cheated, that you could get this WhatsApp saying your account is frozen, that you will have to disconnect or you cannot disconnect. It's kind of a digital arrest and things like that. So you have to be careful about telling them about what is the risk in online banking, but also tell them that but you still have to bank online, right? Build trust through compassion. And it is also possible that if they are living in a senior citizen home, that you go and speak to all of them at the same time. It's easier to handle a group of 80-year-olds than to handle a single cantankerous old man, and it's not going to be very easy. Just tell them that you helped me in the past, so now I'm helping you with your financial life and things like that. That's all. I may have more things to add, but right now that's all I have to say. Thank you.